Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt like something was already wrong? You hadn't even eaten yet, but your body felt off. Maybe you were dizzy, lightheaded, or strangely irritable. For many older adults living with diabetes, that first hour after waking up can set the tone for the entire day. You want to ease into your morning, but instead, you feel like you're already playing catch-up. That's not just stress or age. That's your blood sugar talking. There's something known as the dawn effect. It's when your blood sugar rises naturally in the early morning hours, often without food. The body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline around dawn, which can trigger the liver to dump glucose into the bloodstream. For people with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, this can cause an unexpected spike, and you feel it. That tight feeling in your chest, that blurry head, that sluggish start. This isn't just about numbers on a chart. This is about how you feel when you try to start your day. For many seniors, this early spike leads to a roller coaster of energy crashes, mood swings, and poor food choices that follow. You might reach for something sweet or strong just to feel normal again, but that often makes the swings worse. Now, here's something most doctors won't tell you in your 10-minute checkup. There's a simple, natural way to interrupt this pattern before it begins. It's not a pill or a strict routine. It's just 1 cup of tea. Not any tea, but one made from something you probably have in your spice cabinet right now. Cinnamon. In Japan, some doctors have started recommending this warm morning tea to their older patients. Not as a cure, but as a helper. A gentle way to start the day with more balance. This isn't about exotic ingredients or trendy supplements. This is about an old solution that has been quietly powerful for generations, now coming back into focus. Why cinnamon? Because cinnamon supports insulin sensitivity. That means it helps your body respond to insulin more efficiently. Instead of your blood sugar spiking wildly, it stays calmer, more even. And when brewed into tea, cinnamon becomes more than just flavor. It becomes a morning ritual that supports your health quietly but effectively. Imagine this. Instead of rushing to the coffee machine or grabbing a pastry, you start your day with a warm cup of cinnamon tea. You take a few minutes for yourself. You breathe. You sip slowly. And your body thanks you. Your stomach wakes up gently. Your liver gets a nudge in the right direction. And your mind begins to clear. For many seniors I've worked with, that one small change has meant better mornings. Less shakiness. Fewer cravings. More calm. And more control. It doesn't fix everything, but it does something that matters. It helps you feel like you're not just reacting to your body but working with it. So, before we dive deeper, I want to ask you something. What's the first thing you reach for in the morning? And what if it could be something that actually supports your body instead of spiking your blood sugar? You don't have to change your whole life. But maybe you can change the first 5 minutes of your day. That might be enough to shift everything. It's surprising how something so simple can have such a profound effect. Cinnamon, for most of us, is just a spice we sprinkle on toast or oatmeal. But when you take it seriously, when you let it steep in hot water and give it a little time, it becomes something else entirely. It becomes a daily ally, especially for people over the age of 50. Let me explain why this matters. As we age, our bodies don't respond to insulin the way they used to. Even if you're eating well or taking your medications, there are moments, especially in the morning, when your glucose levels can swing unpredictably. And these swings aren't just numbers on a meter. They affect your mood, your focus, your appetite, and even your motivation to get moving. Cinnamon tea helps slow down that spike, not by force, but by cooperation. The warm liquid stimulates digestion gently. Your liver, which plays a major role in glucose regulation, wakes up more smoothly. It's not shocked like it would be with a cold drink or a heavy meal. It's nudged, supported. One of the overlooked gifts of cinnamon is that it contains natural compounds that improve how your cells absorb glucose. That means the sugar in your blood doesn't just sit there building up. It gets used efficiently, quietly. And that's a big deal when your goal is stability, not just control. Think about your morning routine. Maybe you feel jittery before breakfast. Maybe your hands shake a little. Or you feel an unusual hunger, even though you haven't missed a meal. Those are signs your blood sugar is bouncing too much. And those are the moments when cinnamon tea can make a difference. I've spoken to dozens of older adults who've told me the same story. They didn't expect much. It was just tea after all. But after a week of drinking it every morning, they noticed a shift. Their mornings felt smoother. They didn't crash mid-morning. They felt less pressure to snack. One man told me he finally felt like his energy wasn't betraying him by 10 o'clock. This isn't a miracle. It's a tool. And it works best when you use it consistently. Like brushing your teeth or taking your vitamins, the key is to make it a habit. One small act of care, repeated daily, builds strength over time. That's how health is built. Slowly, steadily, with kindness. Now, not all cinnamon is the same. The common kind found in grocery stores is called cassia cinnamon. It's fine in small amounts, but it contains a compound called coumarin, which can be hard on the liver if used excessively. That's why I recommend looking for Ceylon cinnamon. It's often labeled as true cinnamon. It has lower levels of coumarin and a smoother taste. It's also better suited for daily use. If you've never made cinnamon tea before, it's simple. Take 1 stick of Ceylon cinnamon, place it in a cup of hot water, and let it simmer or steep for 10 to 15 minutes. You can also use cinnamon powder, but it doesn't always dissolve well. It may leave a gritty texture. The sticks are easier, and you can reuse them once or twice. Make it part of your ritual. Boil the water. Let the aroma fill the room. Sip slowly. Let your body take it in before you take on the rest of the day. It's a way to prepare not just your digestion, but your mindset. It tells your body, I'm on your side today. In the quiet of those first few minutes, you might notice something you've been missing. A steadiness, a calm, a small sense of control that can carry you through everything else. Sometimes the smallest changes bring the most unexpected results. That's exactly what many older adults are discovering after adding cinnamon tea to their mornings. They weren't looking for magic. They weren't expecting to feel 20 years younger, but they were hoping for some relief, a little more steadiness, a little less struggle. And for many, that's exactly what they found. I remember a woman in her late 60s who had been waking up every day with a feeling of tension in her body. She couldn't explain it well. She just said, I feel off, like something's not right. She had tried switching her breakfast, adjusting her medication, even meditating. Nothing seemed to help. Then she tried cinnamon tea. By the end of the first week, she told me, I don't feel perfect, but I don't feel scared anymore. That matters. Sometimes the greatest benefit isn't in what goes away, but in what no longer feels overwhelming. Her hands didn't shake as much. Her hunger wasn't as urgent. Her thoughts felt clearer. And all she changed was what she drank first thing in the morning. For others, it's a sense of digestion becoming easier. Cinnamon warms the digestive system gently. That warmth helps your stomach and liver begin their work without a jolt. If you've ever felt bloated, heavy, or irregular in the mornings, cinnamon tea might ease that burden. It doesn't act like a laxative. It simply encourages your system to move in rhythm. And rhythm is important. Our bodies love routine. They respond well when we treat them consistently and with respect. Cinnamon tea is one of those gentle routines. It doesn't demand much, but it offers a lot in return. Especially when taken before breakfast, it gives your body a head start in managing the day's challenges. Some people worry about safety, and that's a smart thing to consider. Cinnamon, while natural, still has active compounds that interact with the body. If you're taking medications, especially blood thinners or diabetes medications, it's wise to speak to your doctor before adding cinnamon in large quantities. Most people tolerate it well in tea form, But it's always better to be cautious. Start small. Half a stick, a weaker brew. Pay attention to how your body responds. If you feel better, stay with it. If you notice anything unusual, ease back and reassess. You know your body better than anyone. Another common question is whether you can add sweeteners. The answer is simple. If your goal is to stabilize blood sugar, avoid adding sugar or honey. The cinnamon, when steeped long enough, has a naturally warm and slightly sweet taste. Let your taste buds adjust. It may take a few days, but eventually, you'll notice the subtle richness on its own. Some seniors add a slice of ginger to the mix. Ginger supports digestion and helps reduce inflammation, which is especially comforting if you wake up with stiff joints. A warm blend of cinnamon and ginger might be the soothing start your body needs. But even cinnamon alone can do wonders. Don't underestimate its quiet strength. One more thing to consider. The temperature of your morning drink matters. Cold beverages can shock your system, especially after hours of fasting. Warm tea, on the other hand, supports your digestive fire. It helps the liver begin processing glucose gently and effectively. And when your liver works better, your blood sugar is more likely to stay stable. These aren't just health facts, they're lived experiences. Stories I've heard again and again from people who decided to try something different. Not drastic, not extreme, just different enough to matter. Cinnamon tea won't solve every problem, but it might solve the one that's been making your mornings feel heavy. So here's the real question. If your body could speak clearly to you, what would it ask for when you wake up? Maybe, just maybe, it's asking for something warm, something natural, something steady. You might not think much about your liver when you wake up. It's one of those organs we don't feel directly. But it does a lot of heavy lifting, especially when it comes to managing your blood sugar. And if your liver is sluggish, your mornings will feel it. That's why cinnamon tea is more than just a comforting drink. It's a way to wake up your internal systems gently and get them working with you, not against you. When your liver functions well, glucose processing becomes more efficient. That means the sugar circulating in your blood has somewhere to go, something to do. But if the liver is overwhelmed or inflamed, it can't clear that sugar properly. The result is a fast rise in blood sugar levels that hits you within minutes of waking up. You might feel cloudy, irritated, or even slightly nauseated. Cinnamon tea helps prevent that by giving your liver a warm nudge in the right direction. The tea doesn't shock your system like coffee or juice might. It doesn't create a sharp spike followed by a crash. Instead, it brings warmth. Warmth that flows through your stomach, to your liver, to your muscles. That warmth has value. It prepares your body to receive food, to digest it calmly, and to distribute energy evenly. It's like a soft push instead of a sudden pull. I've known seniors who told me that for the first time in years, they felt like their mornings belonged to them again. No sudden urge to lie down after breakfast. No jittery panic from an empty stomach. Just a steady rise, like the sun coming through the window slowly. Cinnamon tea gave them that. And once they noticed it, they didn't want to go back. There's also an emotional side to this. Blood sugar isn't just about numbers. It affects how we feel. Highs and lows can trigger anxiety, mood swings, even feelings of helplessness. Starting your day with a stabilizing ritual helps regulate not just glucose but emotions. And that's something every older adult deserves: a calmer start to the day. If you've struggled with bloating or irregular digestion, you might be surprised by what cinnamon tea can do. It doesn't push your system too hard. It encourages it to move, to clear, to restore rhythm. That rhythm improves how your body handles not only sugar but also nutrients, medication, and energy. And then there's the ripple effect. When your digestion improves, your energy improves. When your energy improves, your choices improve. You move more. You eat more mindfully. You rest better. All from a cup of tea that takes 15 minutes to prepare. There's beauty in simplicity. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated schedules. You need something reliable, something gentle, something you can turn to every morning without stress. Cinnamon tea fits that role perfectly. It's also caffeine-free, which makes it a better fit for people with high blood pressure, anxiety, or sensitivity to stimulants. Caffeine might wake you up, but it can also raise your heart rate or interfere with medications. Cinnamon tea avoids those risks. You get the clarity without the jitters, the focus without the edge. So the next time you reach for something to drink in the morning, ask yourself, is it helping me stabilize or sending me on a ride I didn't ask for? Cinnamon tea offers the kind of grounding that lasts, not in a dramatic way, in a dependable way. That's what we need more of as we age. Dependable habits, quiet support, gentle strength. Have you ever found yourself feeling hungry even after eating? Or waking up in the middle of the night with a dry mouth and a strange ache in your stomach? These are not random events. They're your body's way of asking for balance. And for many older adults, that imbalance is tied directly to blood sugar swings. Cinnamon tea, surprisingly, can help address that cycle not just in the morning, but throughout the day and even at night. Let's start with hunger. There's a specific kind of hunger that comes when your blood sugar crashes after a spike. You may have had a good breakfast, maybe some cereal, fruit, even toast. But an hour later, you feel empty again. Not just physically, but emotionally drained. That's because fast carbs and unbalanced meals push your sugar up quickly, only to let it drop hard. And when your sugar drops, your brain sends urgent signals. Eat now, eat fast, eat sweet. That's how cravings form. Not from lack of willpower, but from unstable glucose levels. Cinnamon tea helps moderate that curve. Instead of a steep climb followed by a fall, it creates a gentle slope. Your energy lasts longer. Your mind stays clearer. And the cravings lose their power. Seniors who've tried this routine often tell me that they're surprised by what disappears. They no longer feel desperate for snacks mid-morning. They don't find themselves searching the kitchen late at night. One woman said, "I didn't even notice it at first. I just realized I wasn't reaching for those little candies anymore. It was like my body stopped asking." That quiet shift matters. Because cravings can make you feel out of control, and when you feel out of control, it's easy to give up. But when your body feels steady, your choices feel easier. You don't have to battle yourself every hour. You just follow the rhythm your body already wants. Now let's talk about sleep. Many older adults wake up during the night feeling hungry or restless. This is often due to nighttime glucose spikes and crashes. Cinnamon tea, when taken in the evening, can help smooth that transition. It calms the body, it supports insulin sensitivity, and it gives you a gentle way to wind down without the stimulation of caffeine or sugar. A warm cup before bed can act like a signal to your body. It says, "We're slowing down now. We're entering rest." And when your body feels supported, it can let go of the tension that keeps you awake. Some seniors have told me they sleep more deeply. Others say they wake up less often. A few even report feeling more refreshed in the morning, like their body wasn't fighting itself all night. Of course, cinnamon tea isn't a sleeping pill. It won't knock you out. But it creates the conditions for better rest. And that's something many of us overlook. We try to fix sleep with stronger drugs or stricter routines. But sometimes what we need is something softer. Something that works with the body's natural rhythms, not against them. Imagine this routine. A cup of cinnamon tea in the morning to start your day with steadiness. Another in the evening to guide you into rest. No highs, no crashes. Just gentle support. It may not sound dramatic, but when you're over 50, stability becomes a treasure. And anything that helps you find it, especially something as simple as tea, is worth keeping. Consistency is one of the most powerful things we can offer our bodies. Especially as we age, our systems respond better to rhythm than to randomness. Yet so many people still treat health like a sprint, intense efforts, followed by long lapses. But what if better health didn't require effort so much as it required presence? What if the real change came from something as steady as a warm cup every morning? That's where cinnamon tea shows its true value. It's not flashy. It doesn't promise instant results. What it offers is consistency, a way to start each day with something gentle, stabilizing, and supportive. And when that becomes a habit, it becomes a foundation. Many seniors find this habit even more effective when it becomes part of a shared routine. I've seen caregivers prepare cinnamon tea each morning for their spouses or aging parents. It's more than just a drink. It's an act of care. It's a small message that says, I want you to feel steady today. I want your body to have a calm beginning. And for those on the receiving end, it means a lot. It's not about grand gestures. It's about someone remembering what helps. Boiling the water, steeping the stick, pouring it warm. These small steps carry big meaning. They create moments of connection. And in those moments, health improves not just physically, but emotionally too. If you live alone, you can still create that feeling for yourself. Preparing your tea can become a quiet ritual of self-respect, a way of saying, I matter. My body deserves kindness today. That mindset alone changes the way we experience aging. It shifts the focus from fixing problems to cultivating support. Some people ask if they can prepare cinnamon tea in advance. Yes, absolutely. You can boil several sticks in a larger pot, store the tea in the fridge, and warm up a portion each morning. If your mornings are rushed or you care for someone who needs help early, this makes the habit more doable. Others ask whether it still works cold. It does, but warm is better for digestion and blood sugar management, especially first thing in the morning. The warmth supports the liver, awakens the stomach, and creates a calming start. If you prefer cold tea in the summer, that's fine, just make sure you're consistent. The benefit isn't in the temperature, it's in the ritual. Another practical note, you can reuse the same cinnamon stick once or twice. Just rinse it and boil it again. You'll notice the flavor fades slightly each time, but the essence is still there. That makes the habit even more affordable and sustainable. This kind of routine isn't about restriction, it's about nourishment. It doesn't tell your body what it can't have, it gives your body something it needs. And when that becomes your focus, health starts to feel less like a battle and more like a collaboration. One older gentleman told me, I used to dread mornings. I never knew how I'd feel. Now I have this little rhythm. I wake up, I warm the tea, I sit by the window, and I feel like I've got a partner in my day. That kind of shift isn't measured in blood sugar charts. It's measured in peace of mind. So if you're thinking of trying cinnamon tea, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start tomorrow. Let it be simple. Let it be quiet. Let it be yours. Because health doesn't begin with control. It begins with care. When we talk about cinnamon tea, it's easy to focus only on blood sugar. But this humble brew offers so much more, especially for those of us navigating the challenges of aging. Chronic inflammation and poor circulation are two more battles many older adults face, and cinnamon tea can help on both fronts. Let's start with inflammation. As we grow older, our bodies tend to stay in a low-grade inflammatory state. It's part of the aging process, but it can aggravate joint pain, muscle stiffness, and even brain fog. Cinnamon contains antioxidants and compounds that help reduce inflammation at a cellular level. When you sip that warm tea, you're delivering those compounds directly into your system, where they can calm internal irritation and ease discomfort. Many seniors report less morning stiffness after a week or two of daily cinnamon tea. It's not a cure for arthritis, but it can make mornings more bearable. Imagine waking up without that immediate ache in your knees or shoulders, just enough relief to help you get out of bed and move without dread. That sense of freedom, being able to walk to the kitchen without wincing, can improve not only physical health, but also mood and confidence. Now consider circulation. Good blood flow is essential for healing, energy, and overall vitality. Poor circulation can leave extremities feeling cold, numb, or tingly. Cinnamon helps by improving vasodilation, which means it supports the widening of blood vessels. Better flowing blood brings oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body, supporting organ health and cognitive function. One senior I know noticed her cold feet and hands warmed up within days of her cinnamon tea habit. She told me, "I never realized how much I was putting up with until it improved." That's the beauty of small changes. They reveal what we've been missing. And then there's the long-term perspective. A consistent cinnamon tea routine can become part of a broader lifestyle approach paired with light exercise, balanced meals, and mindfulness practices. Over months and years, these habits work together to build resilience. Your heart, your mind, your joints, they all benefit from the steady support. It's also worth mentioning that cinnamon tea is cost-effective. Unlike many supplements or specialized foods, cinnamon sticks are affordable and widely available. You don't need a prescription or a subscription. You just need a bit of planning and the willingness to make a small commitment each day. For those concerned about taste, remember you can adjust the strength. Use half a stick for a lighter flavor or brew longer for a richer cup. Some add a slice of lemon or a few mint leaves for a twist. These variations keep the ritual interesting and ensure you stick with it. Finally, consider the mental signal this habit sends. When you choose to nurture your body with something wholesome, you reinforce a positive mindset. You remind yourself that you're worth the time and care. That shift in perception, believing that you deserve good health, can be as powerful as any physiological benefit. So don't think of cinnamon tea as just another health trend. Think of it as a versatile ally, quietly supporting you in multiple ways. From blood sugar balance to inflammation control, from improved circulation to emotional well-being, its effects ripple outward. And in the grand story of aging, small supports can have profound impacts. Health is never about a single habit in isolation. It's about how multiple practices come together to support your body. Cinnamon tea is a powerful starting point, but when paired with smart nutrition and gentle movement, its benefits amplify, and that's especially true for people in their later decades. Nutrition matters. You might start your day with that warm cup of cinnamon tea, but what you eat next can influence how well your body maintains balance. Aim for a breakfast that combines protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Think scrambled eggs with spinach, avocado on whole grain toast, or Greek yogurt with a handful of berries. The protein helps slow digestion, so your blood sugar rises gently, matching the steady effect of the tea. Fiber-rich foods like oats, nuts, and seeds further slow carbohydrate absorption. That means your morning energy remains consistent rather than spiking and crashing. And healthy fats from nuts, olive oil, or avocado provide lasting fuel for your brain and muscles. Imagine this morning combo: a cup of cinnamon tea followed by a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with a few walnuts and fresh berries. You have warmth, nutrition, and satisfaction all in one sitting. Your body processes glucose smoothly, your mind stays alert, and your energy carries you to lunch without that mid-morning slump. Now let's talk about movement. You don't need intense workouts to reap benefits. For many older adults, 5 to 10 minutes of gentle activity like a short walk, a bit of stretching, or simple chair exercises can boost circulation further. When your blood vessels are already primed by cinnamon's vasodilating effects, light movement helps distribute nutrients and oxygen more effectively. Here's an easy ritual. Brew your tea, then take your first few sips as you stand up and stretch your arms overhead. Roll your shoulders. Turn your neck gently. Then step outside for a brief walk or pace in your hallway. The combination of warmth from the tea, fresh air, and gentle movement kick-starts your metabolism and lifts your mood. This doesn't have to add minutes to your routine. It can replace something less beneficial like scrolling on your phone before getting out of bed. That small shift sends a signal. Today, I choose actions that support my health. It sets the tone not just for the next hour but for the entire day. Don't forget hydration. Cinnamon tea counts toward your fluid goal, but balance it with water, especially in warmer months. Staying well hydrated helps every system function properly, from digestion to cognition to temperature regulation. If you struggle to drink plain water, alternate sips of tea with a glass of water flavored with a slice of cucumber or lemon. For those with dietary restrictions, adapt as needed. If you're sensitive to dairy, choose plant-based proteins. If you need low-sodium options, focus on whole, unprocessed foods. The principle remains the same. Combine cinnamon tea with balanced nutrition and movement to create a morning routine that supports stability and vitality. Over time, these practices become woven into your lifestyle. Cinnamon tea is the anchor. Smart eating and gentle activity are the sails that carry you forward. Together, they transform simple moments into lasting health. Even the best routines sometimes need adjustment. If you've been drinking cinnamon tea for a week and haven't noticed much change, don't give up. Our bodies vary, and what works quickly for one person may take longer for another. First, consider the strength of your brew. If your tea tastes too mild, you might use half a stick more or steep it a few minutes longer. Conversely, if the flavor feels overwhelming, try a shorter steep or a smaller piece of cinnamon. The goal is a taste you enjoy, because if it feels like medicine, you're less likely to stick with it. Another common challenge is timing. Some people find it best on an empty stomach, while others feel discomfort until they eat first. If you experience any stomach unease, try drinking your tea shortly after a light snack, such as a handful of nuts or a small piece of fruit. This can protect your stomach lining while still giving cinnamon an opportunity to support your blood sugar. Pay attention to how you feel and adjust accordingly. Consistency matters more than perfection. Missing a morning here or there won't derail your progress, but skipping too often can. If mornings are hectic, prepare tea in advance and use an insulated mug. You can also set a gentle reminder on your phone or place your tea supplies where you'll see them first thing. Making the cue visible helps reinforce the habit until it becomes automatic. If you're on multiple medications, it's wise to keep a simple journal. Record when you have tea and note any side effects or positive changes. Share this with your healthcare provider at your next appointment. They can help ensure there are no interactions and may suggest additional tweaks. Professional guidance adds confidence and safety. You might also consider mixing cinnamon tea with other supportive ingredients. Ginger, for example, adds anti-inflammatory benefits and a spicy warmth. Turmeric offers powerful antioxidants when steeped alongside cinnamon. A small slice of lemon can brighten flavor and boost vitamin C. Just be cautious not to add sweeteners, which counteract blood sugar goals. For those who love variety, experiment with different brewing methods. Cold brewing cinnamon tea overnight creates a gentler flavor and can be easier on the stomach. Using ground cinnamon powder yields a quicker brew, but may require straining or careful stirring to avoid grit. Keep a record of your favorites so you can rotate them and prevent flavor fatigue. If you travel or spend mornings away from home, look for single-serve cinnamon tea bags or pre-measured sticks you can carry. Many health food stores sell organic sachets that dissolve in hot water. Having a portable option means you won't miss your morning cup when you're on the go. Consistency thrives on convenience. Should you ever feel any unusual symptoms, such as new digestive pain or skin irritation, pause the tea for a few days and observe. Cinnamon is natural but potent. If you suspect sensitivity, try reducing the dose or switching to Ceylon cinnamon, which is gentler. Most people tolerate it well, but listening to your body is paramount. Finally, celebrate small victories. Notice when you feel steadier, when cravings lessen, or when you wake up feeling calmer. These subtle shifts are signs that your routine is working, even if your blood sugar meter doesn't reflect dramatic changes immediately. Over time, these cumulative benefits build a healthier, more balanced life. Every journey toward better health starts with a single choice. You chose to explore cinnamon tea, and you've learned how it supports blood sugar, digestion, inflammation, circulation, hunger, sleep, habits, and even emotional balance. Now it's time to weave these insights into your everyday life. Begin by reflecting on what you've noticed so far. Has your morning felt calmer? Have you experienced fewer cravings? Did any stiffness or digestive discomfort ease? Acknowledge these wins, however small. Recognizing progress builds momentum and motivation to keep going. Next, reinforce your commitment. Choose a visible cue, a special mug, a favorite spoon, or a note on the fridge that reminds you each morning to brew your tea. Keep your cinnamon sticks within easy reach. Make the process appealing. Play soft music, open a window for fresh air, or sit in a cozy chair where you can savor each sip. Pair this ritual with mindful moments. As you drink, take 3 deep breaths. Notice the warmth spreading through your body. Feel gratitude for this simple act of care. Over time, these mindful pauses will enhance your connection to your body and heighten awareness of daily changes. Continue experimenting with combinations you enjoy. Perhaps one morning you add a slice of orange peel for vitamin C and a hint of brightness. Another day you stir in a few cardamom pods for a fragrant twist. Variety keeps the habit fresh, making it easier to sustain long-term. Don't forget to integrate this routine with other healthy choices. When planning meals, aim for balanced plates that complement the tea's stabilizing effects. Schedule gentle walks or chair exercises shortly after your brew. Prioritize hydration throughout the day. These coordinated actions create a ripple effect, amplifying benefits across your system. Stay connected with others on the same path. Share your experiences with friends, family, or support groups. Encourage each other, swap tips, and celebrate milestones. Community brings accountability and reminds us that we're not alone in this journey. Keep a simple log if you find it helpful, a few lines, noting any changes in mood, energy, or symptoms. Reviewing these entries can reveal patterns and help you adjust your routine for optimum results. If necessary, discuss your observations with a healthcare provider to fine-tune your approach. Remember that progress isn't always linear. Some days will feel effortless. Others may challenge you. That's normal. On tougher mornings, lean into the ritual. Let the act of brewing and sipping cinnamon tea be a reminder that you're caring for yourself, regardless of immediate outcomes. As weeks turn into months, you'll likely notice more profound shifts: improved sleep quality, steadier energy, reduced joint discomfort, and a greater sense of well-being. These cumulative effects are the true measure of success, far beyond any single blood sugar reading. Above all, maintain a spirit of curiosity and compassion. Aging brings new experiences and insights. Your body's needs may evolve. Be willing to listen, adapt, and embrace fresh ideas while honoring the foundation you've built with cinnamon tea. Today, you have everything you need to continue this practice. A simple spice, hot water, and your mindful presence can transform mornings and support health in countless ways. Carry this ritual forward, knowing that small daily actions lead to significant, lasting change.